Hola, por favor. Welcome to your daily dose of Fortnite. Today we're going to be going over the new hero in the event store, Machinist Thora. But first, real quick, before we go over her abilities and perks, I'm going to go through the weekly items. Once again, they've replenished the weekly store with all the flux that's normally there, the armory slots. We have a epic Survivalist Jonesy. Not a bad soldier to use, pretty good all around if you want to pick him up if you don't have one yet. Copper Skewer, it's a spear, pretty useless honestly. If you want to put it in the collection book, go ahead and pick one up, but I probably won't be picking one up. You got the two epic survivors again, definitely pick those up. If you can, pick up all the evolution materials, including the drops of rain, which aren't next to these three for some reason. I'm not sure why they do that. There they are. You got a rare Copper Mighty Pitchfork. Again, same thing as the spear, pretty useless. You can pick it up if you need to put it in the collection book, but that's about its use. That's all it's good for. Definitely go try to get the gold to pick up that perk up since it's so hard to get. And then we do have the re-perk in here as well. Another uncommon hero. Not really worth picking up the uncommon versions, unless I guess you want to put them in the collection book. But I would just wait for the support specialist if you want to get him. Wait till you get a legendary out of a llama or an epic that you can flux up, I would say. But if he is legendary, he's not a bad hero to use either. He's kind of along the lines of the other soldier that they have, the survivalist. Pretty decent all-around soldier to use. Can't really go wrong with him. Not the best, but he's not terrible either. Again, we got the ceiling zapper for a second week in a row, I believe. It's a decent single target ceiling trap. Not quite as good as the gas trap or really the ceiling electric field, but it's a different type of trap just because it's single target. So if you don't have it, go ahead and pick it up. And then we got the Copper Husk Cleaver, a sword. Not the greatest sword, but it's only daily coins, and if you have a bunch of extra daily coins laying around and you don't have one of these, might as well pick it up, give it a try. Alright, so, excuse me, the only thing they've added to the event store is the new hero, Machinist Thora, and now she is a reskin, of an existing class of Machinist. But the only way you could get the Machinist previously was through like the birthday llamas or from the original event that she came in. So right now this is the only way you can get Machinist, is by buying this hero, and you're gonna want to buy this hero. She is one of the best constructors in the game, especially for soloing Storm Shield defenses, and I'm going to show you why here. So let's go through her abilities. She does have Plasma Pulse. Obviously she has increased build speed and reduced building costs just like all the constructors. She has her base. She doesn't have a very big upgraded area of her base, but we will see that it does provide pretty good bonuses. So we have first Supercharged Traps, increases damage done by all traps within the base range by 30%. So right off the bat, there you go, you're getting 30% increased damage from traps. You get increased base connectivity by one building piece, so it goes out, I believe, 4 building pieces, so 4 segments. So it's got a little bit of upgraded range. She does have decoy, which is nice in a pinch. She has electrified floors. Enemies within the area affected by base take damage every 2 seconds. So you've got 30% increase trap damage, plus they're taking damage just by walking on the floors. Tough Traps increases trap durability by 25%, and this is for all traps in the zone that she is in, not just traps that are affected by her base. So every trap in the zone she is in gets an increased durability by 25%. So that's a big buff that she has there to traps. Then she has Overclock Traps, decreases the reload rate for all traps within the base range by 20%. So not only are you doing more damage, but you're doing more damage more often because you're reloading quicker. She does have Kinetic Overload, and that is critical hits with hardware melee weapons trigger a Kinetic Overload, dealing additional damage and knockback to the target. Probably not going to be using too much melee with her, but it is a buff to her melee if you're using hardware. Lofty Architecture increases the health of buildings within the area of base by 15%. It's always nice to have extra health on your walls. And then she does have Recycling. So that is also a nice perk to have. Just get back a little bit of materials every time you use her. So overall, you can see her description uses base to make traps more powerful. That is definitely true. They're reloading quicker, they're doing more damage, and their durability is increased by 25%. Now her bonuses, she has a support squad bonus, Tough Traps, increases trap increases trap durability by 10%. That will go up to 25% when you have her at 3 stars. So that is also a decent bonus to have if you're using a lot of traps, even if you're not going to be using the Machinist as your main hero. If you find yourself maybe running a long Storm Shield defense and your traps are running out and you have to replace them, this can be helpful. Adding more trap durability will add more uses to your traps, so then maybe they won't run out as soon, and maybe you'll get through entire waves if you weren't getting through them before without having to replace traps. So that pretty much is an overview of all of her abilities. Like I said, you're definitely going to want to pick her up. I would go grind some gold to get to that 2800. It's not too high of an amount. She's only legendary, not mythic, so it's not 3200. And if you want to see some gameplay with a Machinist, I will put a link in the description of the video where I use Machinist Harper, who is the same hero, just a different skin, in one of my Storm Shields when I was soloing it. But that is all for today, guys. As always, if you enjoy my videos, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll be notified whenever I release a new one. But other than that, thanks for watching and have a great day.